Arabian night, Arabian night, Arabian night, Arabian night, Arabian nights. Time for the second number. Actually, no, we haven't practiced high adventure number. These tests I've run I do not master, but here's me faster, fear be gone. Isn't storming the palace just a little dramatic? In wasting time we cause disaster. Muster your courage and come on. Faith throws her fist, choose your heart, takes your hand. Faith feels like this, play your part. This was planned, and lo, before you know, you grab your horse, you grab your hero, and now you're long and serious time for high, 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 high adventure. You're off and riding, saber flashing, your riders are na-na-na-na-flashing. You feel so dashing on a high, high, high adventure. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. There's high adventures in the air. To the palace, to the palace. There's high adventure in the air, guys. Someone's out there, guys. Someone that, oh, they get no, oh, they get no, oh, they get, we're not moving. Faith spells her kiss, chills her heart, what's her scheme? What's in for that? Can Omar and conceive. And so, we think we'll go until the distant drop the ladder, so he gets up what a high, high, high adventure. I don't remember the rest.
What's that from?
A ladder was making musicals at school. Oh, not from school, from stage from. I tried to remember the whole dance, but I couldn't. Thanks. Do the chairs ever tell you my secret?
Fun music.
I tell the chairs my secret, and I hope the chairs haven't been gossiping. Yeah. That's why I tell the chairs my secrets, because I can rely on them not to gossip. They don't even have brains.
enter into the sanctuary, please take a prayer book. When we begin our service, we'll be together on the base of page 664. 664. We're on page 664, 664. We're going to begin with one of the songs most closely associated with this Chag. It's a line which is familiar to many of us. We see it appear in our liturgy, in our prayer all the time. But it's one of the few references to the Sukkot. But yeah, we ask that Ufrost Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, that a shelter of peace be spread upon us and all that we care about. So it's with this song, with this aspiration, that I welcome all of you into our sanctuary. We've been outside, a good many of us, enjoying the sukkah, helping put the final preparations onto our sukkah as we get ready for this beautiful festival. I also want to recognize those of you who aren't in the sanctuary, those of you who are joining us through the live streaming of our services, Sukkot is a festival of gathering, coming together, and we know so many of you who join us in this virtual way would like to very much be present with us, whether it be in our congregation or in our sukkah over the next 7 days. But we're so glad that at least remotely you can join us through this. If the opening song that were the words of Afros Aleinu or the liturgy most closely associated with this holiday, the text of this holiday, the readings of Kohelet are those which tradition tells us that we should linger on, that we should focus on. And on the top of page 664, I know it doesn't look like the words of Kohelet. I know it looks like a song which is remarkably familiar to you, but these are the opening 8 verses of the 3rd chapter of the book of Kohelet of Ecclesiastes, which we offer as our intention, as our kavanah this evening.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to walk, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time of love, a time of hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven.
For every season, there is a time to turn, turn, turn to page 389. But before we begin our Mariv service for Sukkot, we take a moment with the setting sun alongside us to kindle the lights of Yom Tov. And so I invite Shelley, I saw you standing with Amy and Ashley, to come on up and light these candle Yom Tov lights for us. The blessing for the festive lights can be found on page 384.
think I've heard that song before.
Amen, amen, and Chag Sameach to one and all. Tonight, let our shelters be strung with the finest fruits of creation. They certainly are that. Love, fertility, prosperity, wisdom. Let us promise to feed the hungry. Let our harvest bring peace. We rise for the call to prayer, the Baruch Hu, on the top of page 394. And join me as we continue with, join us as we continue with Ma'ariv, Aravim, in the tradition of our family services.
Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Hooray on the Laila, Hooray on Ibn Hoshem, Hooray on Ibn Hoshem, Hoshem Ibn Hoshem. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Hooray on the Laila, Hooray on Ibn Hoshem, Hooray on Ibn Hoshem, Hoshem Ibn Hoshem. Roll into dark, roll into light, light becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night.
Baruch Ata Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. We turn forward to the words of Avat Olam, page 398.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Am Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, u'kimu mishpatim, otanu limalecha, otanu limalecha. ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושילמתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי ביתיהם לדורתם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בטיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
One of the things I love most about these Shlosha Regalim, these three festival holidays of Pesach, Shavuot and Sukkot, is the fact that we get to engage in at least a little some different liturgy. And often when we have something different, it helps us, provides us a new lens into that which is most familiar. And the readings we offer on Shabbat, following the Shema, into the Micha Mocha, which is only really part of the Gevurah. Sorry, not the Gevurah. But there are so many beautiful readings that we place in there. And when we were discussing the service and looking through the liturgy, the three of us, I stumbled for the first time, and I don't know why, because we've been using this prayer book in one configuration or another for almost a decade now, but I stumbled on the reading in the middle of page 405, which I found very affirming. Many of you have often heard me say that I have two jobs as a rabbi, to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable. And this reading very much affirms it. And it is interesting to me, poignant and powerful to me, that it is a response to the notion of emet, to the notion of the truth that we hold firm. Doubting is but the forefront of faith, a faith in infinite growth of an unbounded creation. A doubting age is one of restlessness and discontent with what is current. A doubt is an idea that is still alive. To doubt that the past has uncovered all things is to express faith, that many things are still to be uncovered. To doubt that we have grown to our full stature and knowledge is to express faith that we may develop into beings of such power and dignity that we cannot as yet imagine what shall be. I hope it is with that spirit of doubt that our ancestors stood on the shores of the sea when they joined with Moses, Miriam, and all Israel and sang these words.
Follow Miriam as she sang a song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and all living dance and dance for the night long.
This is a precursor to Simcha Simchat Torah, which of course comes at the end of Sukkot. The words are very easy. We'll apply them to Mincha Mocher in just a moment. Let's go back to that chorus. This is Miriam's song.
And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song, the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance all night long. Sing melody Mincha Mocher. Mincha Mocher, Vayelin Adonai. Mincha Mocher, Ne'edah HaKodesh. Norah Tehilo, Seferet. Norah Tehilo, Seferet. Barutecha, Ra'u Panecha. Bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai Yimloch be'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Bless the Eternal One for redeeming Israel.
One more time. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who lives exalted. Miriam and the women danced all night long.
And as we move through our evening service, we move from those words of Moses, Miriam, and all Israel through to the Hashkivenu, our bedtime prayer, our prayer of comfort, that prayer where in the midst of the liturgy, as we do each and every night, we ask for that which we physically reminded of in the courtyard of our synagogue, that we are privileged to have a shelter of peace spread over us, giving us comfort, giving us protection, but also reminding us of our humanity. Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom, Amideinu Malkeinu Lechaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom, Amideinu Malkeinu Lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom, Amideinu Malkeinu
On the foot of the page, please join me. Baruch atah Adonai, haporeh sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. We turn forward in our service to the words of the Amigdar. It is a jump. We move forward to page 469, 469. And we rise. Introduction to the Amidah, an aspiration. Command, in fact, I would go as far as to say. to pray as if everything depends on God, and to act as everything depends on us.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayers? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Adonai, Sevatai Tivta, Ufi Yadi, Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Yadadai-dai-dai, 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 Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim b'chonei hakol, V'zocher chastei avot v'imachot, u'mevi gula livnei v'nehem, l'ma'an shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayim eitim matarav le'oshia, Mashiv haruach murid hageshem, Mazriach hashemesh murid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayim eitim berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umchayem emunato l'shenei afar, Michamocha bal gevurot, u'midomela, melech memit u'chayel matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atzal hachayot meitim, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei ha'meitim.
On the top of page 473. Your might, O God, renews the earth. With the dew of light and blessing, let the earth be illumined and blessed. With the dew of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out. With the dew of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved. With the dew of redemption, let the earth be redeemed.
Livracha velo liklala, livracha velo liklala, livracha velo liklala.
For blessing and not for curse.
Lechayim velo lemavet, lechayim velo lemavet, lechayim velo lemavet.
For life and not death.
Lesovea velo lezaron, lesovea velo lezaron, lesovea velo lezaron.
For abundance and not want. These are the things that we pray as we turn forward to 474.
Atah kadosh u'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom ya'alu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh.
On this, the final of the third pilgrimage festivals, we remain standing as we offer Kedushat Hayom, the sanctification of this day, with the words that come to us from the book of Exodus, top of page 479.
Shalosh regalim
3 times a year.
Tachog li bashana.
You should hold a festival for me.
Et chag hamatzot tishmor.
You shall observe the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Shivat yamim tochal matzot.
Eating bread, unleavened bread for 7 days, as I commanded you.
Lemoed chodesh Aviv.
The end of the month of Aviv,
Ki bo yatzata b'Mitzrayim.
for in it you went forth from Egypt,
Velo yira'u fanai rekam.
and none shall appear before me empty-handed.
V'chakatzir bikurei
And the feast of the harvest
masecha.
of the first fruits of your work,
Asher tizra basadeh.
what you sowed in the field,
V'chag ha'asif b'tzeit
and the
hashana.
festival of ingathering at the end of the year,
Ve'ospecha et masecha min hasadeh.
when you gathered the results of the work of your field. These 3 times we gathered. Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu ya'aleh v'yavo v'zikron zikronenu zikron kol amcha beit Yisrael lefanecha l'tova l'chen u'lechesed u'l'rachamim u'l'chaim u'l'shalom v'yom chag haSukkot hazeh zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova
Amen.
v'hogtenu bo livracha
Amen.
v'hoshienu bo l'chayim.
Amen.
This day remember us for well-being.
Amen.
And this day bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
This day help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
We continue with the remainder of the Amidah in silent prayer. Please feel free to be seated when you've concluded your prayer.
Peace
So you may have noticed that whether we were in the Sukkah, you have what to take. I don't think I need to explain it to you. Lulav and etrog, thank you. In fact, more than the lulav and the etrog, but the other two species as well. They complete the arba minim. I'll move aside. So I've been asking these two incredible young women to help out with a few things this evening, because it's part of what we're doing to recognize and celebrate the contributions that you have made individually, and in more recent years that you frequently make collectively together at the same time to help and sustain the life of our congregation. Many here, in fact I think everyone here would well know that our board, our honours committee chose to honour the two of you as junior kalot for this year. Usually what we do is we take an opportunity to recognise with our Chatan Torah or Kala Torah and Chatan Bereshit or Kala Bereshit, people who have made a significant contribution. We often look at the end of Torah to recognize the contribution that they've made, and then Bereshit, the start of Torah, to look at people who are just beginning to make a contribution at the start of working and honoring the congregation. You guys have done much, but you are both Bereshit, because we have great hopes and aspirations for this not being the end of the contributions that you've made to the community, but just, let's say, a new beginning, in a new capacity, in a new way. And I've asked you to come and hold in each of your hands the arba minim, the four species. We shook them earlier in the Sukkah, and those who would like an opportunity to do so will be able to do that again after the service. But I wanted to point out these four things because they were the best way to characterize you, again, individually and collectively, and that which you bring to our congregation. You did it just when you walked into shul this evening. Came through the doors to the Friedlander Beit Midrash, and I heard you said, it was to Tammy and then to Jade, what can we do? What can we do? There's what to be done. How can we help? And it is that spirit which has defined so much of what you do whenever it is. Any holiday, essentially every holiday that we do here, if there's something to be done, an extra hand that's needed, yours are the first to go up. You did this first, and your sister followed in your way with keen and continued enthusiasm. And it really is the ridiculous dance we made the little kids sing and the big kids sing in the Sukkah, because the etrog you hold in your hand represents our heart. The myrtle, our eyes, that which we see. The willow, our lips, that which we say, and the lulav, our spine, that which we do. We joke about the hokey pokey, but it really is that. This festival is about reminding us, it is what it's all about, thank you very much, about putting our whole selves, not just physically, but that which we feel, that which we see, that which we say, that which we do, our whole selves, into engaging in Jewish life, and using that to inspire the way we engage, not just within the synagogue, but how we go about our way when we leave here. And so it's appropriate that over this the 7-day festival, this week-long festival, that we celebrate many people, and when we get to Simchat Torah, there will be others joining you in Victor and Judy. But we begin by really celebrating the fact that you, as two young, passionate leaders, have done just this. You've put your whole selves into community. You've allowed us, and you've joined us in shaking it all about. And I hope that you've got a remarkable amount of blessing out of it. I know both of you have recited the blessing for shaking the lulav already, so I'm not going to ask you to recite it one more time, but I am going to ask you to take a moment to shake it all about. 6 directions, please, for all of us. Synchronized, as if they rehearsed. Thank you both very, very much. There is more for us to say and more for us to celebrate with your whole family through tomorrow's service. But thank you. This is the first of many thank yous. Thank you for everything you've done. It's a pleasure and privilege to honor and celebrate with you. My friends, let's rise for Aleinu on page 586. It's a big intro. Give me a sec.
אדון הכל, לתת גאולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר לארץ, ומשב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בכהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each one of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. We remain standing for a few more brief moments as we turn our thoughts to those that are no longer with us. It's at times like this, festivals, holidays, times of celebration, where we often feel most keenly the absence of those that have celebrated with us at this time in years gone by. But as a congregation, we pause at this Mariv, this festive evening, to remember those whose Shiva and Shloshim we are still observing as a community. We think of Jack Friedman, of Sylvia Gellman, and we announce the passing of Julian Rayleigh. We also remember Ellen Frankel, Janice Goldberg, Anne Jacobs, Ronald Lowe, Linda Romer, and Rosalind Silver. And we offer the words of Kaddish Yatom for them and for all that remember them, as well as all of those whose names reside deep within our hearts. Kaddish Yatom, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shomer Rabba, v'amad divrach yirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yamechon v'chol chei b'et Yisrael, v'agalav yizman kariv v'imru, Yehei Shomer Rabba mevarach lo. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitma'ah v'yitruman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadah v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei d'kodisha brichu, V'yelam mikol b'chata v'shirata, tushlichata v'nechemata, tamiran b'alma v'imru. Yehei shlama rabba minshemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates peace in the heavens above bring peace to us, to all humanity, and to that we say, Amen. Please be seated for a moment. So I invite Rebecca to offer a few announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Tammy. And welcome, everyone. Thank you for staying on after the activities. I'll just make a few announcements, taking it day by day. So tomorrow, do please join us for our Sukkot service here. It will be a festival morning service with Hallel. On Tuesday, next door are having sushi in the sukkah. Yes, on Tuesday, details are on their Facebook page. On Friday, there is some kind of public holiday here in Victoria. And then, in the evening, we will have our Kabbalat Shabbat service as usual, and our Shachrit morning service the following day for Shabbat. Then, on Sunday, right here, will be Simchat Torah, and we will be having our celebration here with the scrolls, and dancing with the scrolls and celebrating together. Then the following day, Monday, will be Shemini Atzeret, and we will have our festival morning service with Hallel and Yizkor as well. So, wish you Chag Sameach.
I will conclude with Ein Adir on page 632.
Wishing you all a Chag Sameach. I'm going to ask that you head via the trolleys, place your siddurim in there, but then just join us very briefly in the sukkah once more. So with the sunset and with the holiday actually upon us, the opportunity to make kiddush as a community, to welcome the Chag and to shake the lulav, if we have not yet done so, would be great.
do the hokey pokey again right after the story. Right after Line and Girls. how you have the kitchen layout memorized.
Okay, so I know what the food is.
Fair enough.